we're gonna dive into the Summer Games Fest. Key 3, Geoff Keighley 3, whatever you want to call it.
Key 3.
You know, Geoff always hypes up and he never fails to deliver all the time.
True. It was a good showcase, I thought, overall. I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was a bit long, like 2 hours, when it could have maybe been toned down to like an hour and a half, maybe a little bit shorter. But I say that, but there were a lot of games and it was paced well. Like it was, I don't know, quite well spaced out, I guess. Where everything happened.
Yeah. I think it was well paced. There was like a good like cadence of like very big game, smaller game, very big game to kind of like keep you interested. So much better than the PlayStation one.
Yeah, and we'll get to that because Spider-Man appeared at this showcase weirdly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're looking at Kotaku's article, and they have listed these games not chronologically. I think they've sort of cherry-picked, you know, quote unquote,
the big games,
the big games,
which is actually quite helpful because I don't think we're gonna spend time on every single game. So,
but we'll start with Mortal Kombat 1. We got official gameplay finally. I think there is a release date, right?
I think it's September, if I'm not mistaken. September sometime.
Why is this not letting me?
I was less impressed with this than I thought I would be.
Really?
It looked like Mortal Kombat, and maybe I was expecting something different after, 4 years of time since the last release. It just looked like if you showed this to me and, you didn't have the cameo characters, which seems to be the big new addition, like I could have mistaken this for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, you would have thought like, oh, this is just a big update or something.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I think, the cameo characters. So if you watch the gameplay footage, the big thing is that you can select like a cameo character, and then it's like they're like a one button assist that can be used in the middle of combos. And Ed Boon even joked that you can have like play as Sub-Zero and have Sub-Zero as your assist character, which makes fuck all sense. So we're watching this one fight here. This X-ray move takes for fucking ever to complete. It is like 10 seconds. Like that is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's just very long.
That completely takes you out of the fight, in my opinion. So yeah. Is that Johnny Cage, by the way?
That's Johnny Cage.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. He looks like a very young Johnny Cage.
Yeah,
so.
I think for Mortal Kombat, like I'm not deep into the competitive side of it, but I'm all in on wanting to see where the story goes, because the stories are
absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
I think NetherRealm really nailed campaigns in fighting games where it's you do a fight, you watch a cutscene, you do another fight, you watch another cutscene, and it's just fun to play through that way.
No, I agree, and I think they've set themselves up to have a very interesting story dynamic here, because you've got like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, who are now brothers, and they are essentially like Liu Kang and Kung Lao avatars to Liu Kang's new godship, essentially, because Liu Kang and Kung Lao were always with Raiden, you know what I mean, and now it's essentially
Raiden's like a student.
Raiden's like a student, and Scorpion and Sub-Zero are always with Liu Kang as he rebuilds the world. So yeah, I'm stoked for the storyness. I don't know, the gameplay just looks like more of the same, which is, I guess, from a fighting perspective, you want it to be consistent. So maybe that's just me being weird about it.
I think the game does look pretty though. Like
it does look good.
Backgrounds and animations, like, man,
the lighting on the stages looks really good. So, and there's a lot of variety as well. So I do like the way Kotaku's finished their little segment here. They say, anyway, tonight they showed people finishing other people, but not in a sexy way.
Oh my God.
Super good.
That's great.
Next, Alan Wake 2.
They said like, we're going to get gameplay, and we got gameplay, but I was like,
little.
We kind of saw this in the reveal trailer. It was like not much. It was like, okay, this new character, what's her name? Is it Sage. Is it Sage?
Saga.
Sorry, not Sage. Like walking into a cabin, fighting an enemy, and like that's it. It's like, oh, okay. Expected a little bit more, but that said, Alan Wake 2 looks real good.
It definitely gives off the survival horror vibes that Sam Lake has said the sequel go for. Because like the first Alan Wake is spooky, but it is not a survival horror game by any stretch of the imagination. No. This definitely looks like one of those. I didn't realize, maybe I missed it when Sam Lake was explaining this, but apparently Saga is trapped in a horror fiction written by Alan Wake. So I think she's seeking out Alan Wake to try and escape this like narrative hellscape that she's trapped in.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it is spooky, and I guess that's why there's all this supernatural shit that keeps going on. And let's not forget, this is all connected to Control as well.
Well,
so who knows? Maybe Alan Wake's notebook is a thing of power.
Something, object of power, whatever.
Object of power.
Somebody did point out that Saga is using a service pistol. It was like,
interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. What does that mean?
Is she part of the Bureau of Control?
Who knows? Who the hell knows?
Who knows? This was the big climactic ending to the show, which was kind of hilarious because earlier in the show it seemed like it was going to come up, and poor fucking Geoff Keighley had to segue into like some ad after people just
not the right one.
As people just assumed it was Final Fantasy VII. I felt very bad for him.
Listen, because also in the showcase they had other Final Fantasy VII stuff. It was Ever Crisis, like the mobile only version of Final Fantasy stuff. And then he was like, speaking of Final Fantasy, and everyone was like,
the crowd went fucking wild.
Oh my God, it's happening. He's like, no, if you want a free burrito.
But he looked so embarrassed. I felt so bad for him. He just smiled. He's like, oh fuck. Yeah, why did I segue with that?
You know what's funny though is that I would have felt bad for him if this wasn't happening. Because at that point you're like, if it's not segueing to Rebirth, it's not going to happen. But it's funny because he knew, he's like, oh my God, this is happening at the end of the show.
That's why I didn't expect it when he was introing this. He was like, it's a brand new groundbreaking RPG from some of the best minds in the industry, and immediately my mind went, oh, Dragon Age, because BioWare is working on a Dragon Age. We haven't seen it, this and that, and so when Rebirth came up, I was like, oh shit,
but I think it was also surprising though, is that literally a week or two ago, the director was like, we're trying to nail down a release date for Rebirth. So
I didn't expect this to be.
And we didn't get a release date, but we got a release window. So it's early 2024. But long story short, we did not expect this to appear, and it appeared, and man, I cannot wait. This
looks fucking great.
The first remake was just it's child's play. It's just set in Midgar, and it was really great. This game takes the story to the open world, and I'm very, very interested to see how things have changed, or what have they done to this game? Because man, remake was great, and you only had 4 characters to play with there.
There are some interesting implications suggested by some of the voiceover in this trailer, the characters are talking about what has Cloud been doing for 5 years.
Yeah.
Where's he been? There's no actual reference of him being in this fight in Nibelheim. There's some fucking weird shit happening here.
My boy Red looks good as well. Can't wait.
Yeah. The end of the trailer is fascinating because I don't recall if this is a thing from the first game, but Sephiroth basically implies that he killed Tifa. So who is Tifa?
in the first game, there's stuff that happens in the original game. I don't know if they're just playing on that because he does hurt her basically. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for this. And I think the funniest thing from this trailer is that it ended and it was 2 discs. And everyone's like, oh my God, 2 discs? That's so much content. We've gone back to the 90s, or the late 90s.
Must be 200 gigs this game. Unbelievable.
I
Did you notice how they kept focusing on a single one of those you know those like ghouls in the hoods that were essentially like the people who are trying to keep things on this exact same timeline. They kept focusing on the one, and when they like zoomed in on him, looks very much like Good Boy Zach. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, there's gonna be some interesting story implications here, no doubt about it.
So that's out. They say early 2024. I could see that slipping to mid 2024.
I also think it might come out a bit later, and that's fine.
Yeah,
like it's next year. That's cool.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I mean, if it comes out a full year after Final Fantasy 16, that's amazing.
Yeah,
like for them to launch 2 massive Final Fantasy games within 12 months of each other is phenomenal. So
you should play the DLC for Remake.
I really do need to. I was remembering when I saw Yuffie there, I was like, oh shit, I haven't done that. I need to.
Because it's also like it's pretty bite-sized, and I think you could probably miss it. That's fine if you're not going to lose sleep over not knowing her story. But I think in terms of giving you a taste of what she can do, and her partner who wields a spear, it's a pretty big taste of what Sid can do, which he's not in the Rebirth trailer, but I'm pretty sure he'll pop up in that game.
Then we get to play as Red as well directly.
Can't wait. In a huge surprise in Summer Games Fest, Marvel Spider-Man 2 popped up, despite being in Sony Showcase like a week ago.
Why the fuck was this not in Sony Showcase? I don't understand this.
And they dropped the release dates, not in Sony Showcase, but in Summer Game Fest. So October 20.
I really don't believe this. They showed no new footage. It was almost like they saw the criticism of there not being a release date and they're like, shit, we got to get one. But like, you don't make a decision like this in a week or two.
It's such a weird thing. I've seen even at work, people have been saying, it was probably intentional, because then you're getting your game into 2 showcases. But like, what do you do at the second showcase? Like, you show the release dates. But it is
because they
weird.
showed no new footage.
No.
Like they just spoke about it and showed a release date and fucked off. Like, it's just very weird to me. I'm
there with you. It's very strange.
But we got confirmation that it's not an old Venom take. This is a brand new take on Venom. So no Eddie Brock.
Yeah,
they Brian Intar said that that's
straight up
their direction, and that they are very confident about their October 20th release date.
Nice.
Which is
it's funny when Geoff asked him, he did look a bit taken aback. It's like, I think Geoff asked like, how confident are you? And he's like, October 20th.
Pretty confident, yeah, pretty confident. Yeah, we can definitely get it out by then. Yeah. Cool. Then we got Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which, like you said earlier, is Final Fantasy VII but made for mobile. But it's releasing later this year in monthly installments.
But this also isn't just Final Fantasy VII. It looks like it's there's a whole lot of Final Fantasy games that you and I and millions of others have not touched. I think they were like mobile only in Japan. So I think there's like a lot of prequel stuff within this Ever Crisis. There was one part in the trailer where Sephiroth's fighting some dude I've never seen in my life. I was like, okay, no idea what that is.
I think they're all riffing on these like new timelines and new ways, because they have to give people a reason to play the story over and over again, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll see. Then we've got Banishes, Ghosts of Eden.
New game from Don't Nod, the developers of Life is Strange.
Nice.
So it's a lovely dovey tale of beating the crap out of monsters, as Kotaku calls it. So
nice.
That sounds fun.
Then we've got Like a Dragon. These names, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who raised his name, which if you're not watching the video feed, let me tell you, because if you're watching, you're like, oh, it's a Yakuza game. Yeah, this is a Yakuza game. But it is.
They've moved away from the Yakuza name, so that's why they're using. Because in Japan, it's always been Like a Dragon. It's only here in the West that they've named it Yakuza, and now ever since Like a Dragon, which was Yakuza 7, technically, they've now like all of the new games will just be Like a Dragon. So.
Yeah, but this
Gaiden
is
basically what they use for their spin-offs.
Okay.
Which this is. This is, according to Geoff, Yakuza aficionado on our Discord.
Nice.
This is meant to fill in the gaps between Yakuza 6 and Like a Dragon 8, where Kiryu is going to pop up again. So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we got
Under the Waves.
This game confused
the game
me
that completely fucking confused Matthew for a good 10 minutes. Like,
I mean, this game starts and it's like, I just saw Quantic Dreams. I was like, what? Like, is this their new game? But it's published by Quantic Dreams.
Yeah, and apparently this was announced a while back that they would be publishing this. So I think this is just the first time we've seen actual gameplay.
Spotlight by Quantic Dream. I was like, what? Yeah, this looks alright.
So I guess Spotlight is their publishing arm.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It's like an underwater narrative game. Looks interesting.
Yeah.
Sandland. This looks fucking sick. This is from the creator of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama. So like that visual style, think of it.
Mm-hmm. It's 100% that visual style. It's like alternate Dragon Ball.
And it's based off of a manga of the same name, which apparently is pretty good. So it looks sick. It looks very action focused. There was a lot of tank fighting, which is interesting. Kotaku describes it as very Borderlands. I kind of get that as well. Looks sick. I'm curious to see more of this because this looks like it could be a fun time.
The showcase opened with this Prince of Persia.
Yeah, it was the first thing that was shown.
So I watched this trailer not at the showcase. I missed it and I only watched it like the next day. Prince of Persia is getting a 2.5D Metroidvania-esque treatment in Prince of Persia: The Last Crown. This looks real good.
A lot of people thought it was a remake of the real OG Prince of Persia, the like 19... it's not a remake. This is a brand new thing that's just like 2.5D. Apparently it's a Metroidvania, which super interests me there. It's got a new prince. It looks really good. I'm super keen for this. I think it looks visually great as well.
Taken aback by how good it looks.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this. This is Ubisoft, when they make smaller scale stuff, it's always good. So I'm keen for this. I don't think there was a release date on that. They just kind of announced it.
Yeah.
Path of Exile 2. Obviously, they kind of have to show something now that Diablo 4 is out. It looks really good. It looks beautiful. If you want to talk about games that are overwhelming, Path of Exile. That skill tree is unbearably large. Like, it is so big, and it is so punishing with like mistakes that you make as you traverse it. Like, it's not for me. This game has never been for me, never will be for me. So, and I'm pretty sure Path of Exile 2 is going to retain that because like that's how it differentiates itself from Diablo.
It does look really good though, like visually as well.
Yeah, visually it's really good. I mean, they managed to make action RPG gameplay look really good, which I think is challenging. You're just clicking on things and things are dying. So, no, they did a good job, yeah.
Nice.
Good Lord. Dead by Daylight, Nicolas Cage. I mean, so earlier we were like, why is Spider-Man here when they could have announced this earlier? This thing was announced 2 weeks ago. I do not understand why it was like presented as something new.
I don't know. Like, they just wanted to get Nick Cage on the stage.
Like straight up announced. So yeah, anyway, they had Geoff Keighley got Nick Cage on his stage, and I'm pretty sure that's why he was there. So yeah.
Hilarious.
The Witcher 3.
Trailer.
The Witcher Season 3, sorry. Yeah, looks good.
Nice.
Yeah. This is part 1 apparently. So it's part 1 of the last season with Henry Cavill, which is a real bummer.
Oh, so will he be in part 2?
Yeah, he'll be in part 2, but season 4 is going to have Liam Hemsworth from then on. Yeah.
Nice.
Witchfire? We've seen this a bunch on a bunch of showcases. It's like a first-person shooter witch thing. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's on Unreal Engine 5. So yeah.
Looks pretty.
You work for the Vatican attempting to take out some witches. Sick.
Nice. Then we're getting into... this showcase was really stacked. I don't think we're going to go through every single announcement.
Yes, Your Grace, Snowfall. I forgot that this game came out because I saw this art style. I'm like, I've seen this before.
Me too.
I've seen this weird pixely thing before. So it's like, I think it's an expansion or a sequel to Yes, Your Grace, which had this. So yeah, that's coming.
The side-scrolling pixel game is back yet again, and this time it's snowy. Nice.
There was a big fuss made over the fact that John Carpenter is now in a video game, or at least making a video game, and then the game looked ass.
Yep, it looked pretty middling.
Yeah, it's called Toxic Commando. It's like lots of enemies on screen. You've got a gun and you just mow down enemies. Hooray.
Nice.
The most unoriginal John Carpenter thing I could have ever thought of. Anyway. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3, there's a new antagonist and he's voiced by Jason Isaacs.
Is this Lucius Malfoy, that actor?
Yep. Yeah, Jason Isaacs is a phenomenal actor.
So they said their father will hear of this. They meant Jason Isaacs.
Yeah. He has done a lot of voice acting for video games in the past, surprisingly. He's done a lot of voice acting for animated shows. He was the voice of the first Inquisitor in Star Wars Rebels, which everyone thought would show up in that Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and then they had that same character, but they just decided to recast him as another actor. And I'm like, what the? You had Jason Isaacs right there.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a cool dude. I like him.
No, he's a cool dude. I will always defend this series from like 10 years ago called Awake, which he starred in, where he was like a cop that was stuck between two different realities. One where his wife died in a car accident and one where his son died. And every time he went to sleep, he would wake up in the other reality. It was fucking so cool. And then they canceled it after one season.
Hate to see it.
Anyway, I like Jason Isaacs. He's a great dude. Palworld, this fucking weird Pokemon gun game is still around. This is just
hilarious.
Yeah. Even more copyright infringing somehow. Look at those fucking sheep with machine guns. What is this game, man?
Can we the audio listeners, you're missing out here. We've got like sheep-looking Pokemon wielding machine guns.
Holding fucking massive. If that has to be your image for this video. Oh my God.
It's too good.
And a Lapras looking thing with a rocket launcher. Like, look at that. Oh my God.
Oh, weird.
Official release date announcement. I didn't see when it's actually coming. But anyway. Nintendo Nightmare is actually coming out. January 2024. Okay. Stellaris Nexus, new Stellaris stuff from Paradox 4X game. Okay.
Nice.
Lisfanger, the Time Shift Warrior, hack and slash game where you can apparently rewind time. Looks cool.
Nice.
Fortnite Wilds gets Transformers. The new season of Fortnite does indeed have Optimus Prime. So that's cool.
I love Optimus Prime skin because he's meant to be this big Transformer, but they had to make him human sized. So now he's like, I'm little Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Fortnite's great. I think one of my colleagues at work, she's a big fan. She said she's very excited. She's been wanting like a jungle themed map for a long
it's
time
like
now.
Mayan temple themes. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Fortnite never misses, man. Like I've picked it up again a year or two ago, and I dip in every season, and it's incredible that every 3 months, Epic always gives you a reason to come back with, whether it be new weapons, new mechanics, new skins. There's always just something new in Fortnite. So I'll definitely be diving back into this. Immortals of Avium, the game that was announced like a month or two ago, which I've already seen too much of.
Way too much of. This thing has appeared in every fucking showcase possible. Like,
I'm like,
the UI in this game is horrendous. It is.
There's just so much going on.
There's so much happening on screen. It's so like I can't pass what's happening. Like, and then look at that UI. That is some fucking early 2000s shit. What is that? No man, sis.
I'm very interested to know how this game.
This game started over interesting because it was like, this is the first Unreal Engine 5 release. And it's like, cool. And you look at it, you're like, yeah, that looks pretty slick visually. But like nothing from the shooting looks very, very weightless and lifeless. And it's magic, so that makes sense, I guess. But the story stuff that they try and like shove down your throat here is so poor.
Yeah,
I think
like, I don't know.
So unbearable.
Yeah.
Anyway, this game's out in July.
Space Trash Scavenger?
Yeah, according to Kotaku, a super sweet looking game about gathering items in space and building a base with a bit of combat thrown in too.
Nice.
Oh, I did watch this. Yeah, this did look pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Star Trek Infinite. It's a new game from Paradox. That's pretty much about it. No real sense of what type of game, but given it's Paradox, it will likely be a strategic game.
Yeah.
Fae Farm, another farming game.
Crazy game. Yep.
Kotaku says yet another cutesy farming game, making it the 892nd to release in 2023. Yeah. There's so many farming games. It's crazy.
There's a ton. Then we had Ben Brode on stage at one point, being very energetic. Man. I mean, if you've never seen Ben Brode, I can understand that you'd be like, "What is up with this dude?" But it's kind of cool. He's like, I don't know if he's like this in real life, but his persona from Hearthstone through to Second Dinner, where he's working on Marvel Snap, has always been this like highly energetic, very excited person, and I love that he leans into it real hard. So he was on stage here. This was a weird announcement though, because we knew that this new mode was coming, but they didn't really give too much detail on it, even on the stage. So I'm like, okay, that was a bit weird. Like, yeah. Marvel Snap, good time though. I'm still tapping away playing that game. Yeah. Wayfinder.
Let's fly through a bunch of these MMOs. Yeah. Wayfinder. Looks like World of Warcraft, but modern. Black Desert Online, Land of the Morning Light.
Nice.
Cool. King Arthur, Legends Rise. It's mobile and PC, that one. Not an MMO.
RPG. Yeah.
Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Darren was very stoked for this one. This looks really cool. I don't know if you played the first one, but it was like a combination of like a third-person shooter and a hack and slash. So didn't really prioritize cover shooting.
There are just way too many Warhammer games.
No, but the surprising thing is that most of them lately have been very good. Like Bolt Gun is very, very good. Apparently,
I'd love to play Bolt Gun.
Bolt Gun looks great, and this looks really good. I was watching the gameplay for this. I was like, I really wish I'd played the first one, but I'll play this one. Yeah, like for sure.
Yeah.
Another MMO, Throne and Liberty.
Nice.
Warhaven.
Nice.
It's a fantasy brawler, apparently. Crash Team Rumble, which just depresses me because it looks terrible.
What is this? Is this a racing game, or is it a party? Oh, is it a party game?
It's like a party Smash clone thing. It's like a 4v4 multiplayer.
We're gonna play this game, and you're gonna love it.
Honkai Star Rail,
the Genshin Impact
new game from the Genshin Impact people. Yeah, there was just
I think new characters are coming.
Don't understand why this was shown there. It's been out for a long time. So,
no, but were they not showing new characters, or am I mistaken?
Oh, maybe they were. They were.
This I'm excited for. Remnant 2.
Gunfire games. Remnant 2. You and I both enjoyed Remnant. So.
I played it like way after the fact, and I still loved it. I thought it was really good.
It's a great game. The second one looks way over the top though compared to the first one. Like the monster design and the level design looks hectic.
There.
Yeah.
Color me.
Looks cool.
Intrigued. Sonic Superstars.
This actually looks neat, eh? A new 2D, 2.5D Sonic.
But I'm like, man, who do you know a single diehard Sonic fan? Just one. Someone who swears by Sonic. Like who? Like I'll probably play this game, but I don't look at it and go, "Oh my god, more Sonic!" I don't know,
more Sonic.
Wow,
yeah.
It's amazing. Sonic has continued to be this popular character despite having some pretty average games over the last few decades. I'll say that I'll play this probably, and again, I say this. I'm an advocate of Sonic Frontiers being a bad game, but having a foundation for a potentially very good sequel. So, whatever. Call of Duty Season 4. Nice. Lies of P, as we touched on earlier, it's got a release date and a demo, which you should play. It's really good. This made me laugh. Exoprimal is getting a crossover with Street Fighter 6.
That was so confusing. I saw Ryu punching a T-Rex, and I was like,
So if you've ever wanted to punch a dinosaur's Ryu, listen, your day is coming. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We made it.
A pretty chunky showcase. I think there were lots of other little things as well, but my goodness, that's a pretty good overview. But yeah, let's.
Should we fly through the rest?
Bits of news here.
Very quickly. By the time you're listening to this probably would have been announced. But at this point, it's pretty much like 99% announced. Persona 3 Reloaded. I'm pretty sure it's Reloaded, not Reload. And Persona 5 Tactica have leaked. Basically, Atlas leaked their own games, so like the trailers are just out there for you to watch. And it's pretty much exactly what we've been hearing for the past few months. Persona 3 Reload is a complete remake of Persona 3 in the sort of like engine and technology stack that Persona 5 was made. So it's way more, from the trailer, it looks like a lot more like going to classes, way more social link stuff, way more stuff to explore, as opposed to Persona 3's more visual novel style, which was kind of like iterated on in 4 and 5. Yeah. It is noted here in GameSpot, the trailer only shows the male version of the protagonist. This one, you could choose a male or female. Okay. The female was only included in Persona 3 portables, though. So maybe if they're just remaking Persona 3, they're like, well, it's just going to have the male. So I don't know.
See, now I'm in a bit of a pickle because when this comes out, which Persona do I play first? Do I go back
probably this one and then 5.
And then 4?
Yeah. I mean, 4 would be difficult to go back to. Yeah. 4 is old now, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
One day I'll play.
I'm keen to play it because it's the one that I just haven't played. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm very keen to play.
Cool.
And then you got Persona 5 Tactica, which is another spin-off of Persona 5 because that game is just so fucking popular that they keep spinning it off.
Nice.
It's got like a chibi art style and it looks like a strategy RPG. A lot of people comparing it to like Fire Emblem, which is interesting.
Okay.
And there also seems to be a new character that will be joining the Phantom Thieves. So that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm keen. Looks fun.
Yeah, those are cool.
Apparently, both are set to premiere at the Xbox show, and both will be on Game Pass. So, hooray!
Yeah, well, I mean, I think all the other Personas have been on Game Pass. So,
yeah,
Xbox.
It's true.
What a wild time to be alive where Persona is on Game Pass on Xbox, given that they've been like historically PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild to me that
weird.
so many of the Persona announcements that have happened over the past couple of years have been very heavily at Xbox shows. It's very confusing to me. So,
yeah. Oh my god, that's this year.
yeah. So Persona 5 Tactica is out this year. Persona 3 Reload is out early 2024.
Yeah. Cool. In other news, I think let's touch on the Apple Vision Pro, which might be old news to you at this stage. But if you didn't know,
like a week ago now.
Yeah,
almost.
but Apple have revealed, they unveiled their very expensive headset. So I'll be clear. I think the tech looks very cool. I think this is the sort of thing that will push the technology forward. So it's very exciting. But at $3,500, you can miss me with this headset. I don't need it that badly.
I'm fully with you. Like, I can see where the price of this headset comes in. I mean, it's got a Apple M2 chip, which is like what's in their MacBook Airs and Pros, and then a completely separate chip as well for like calculating all sort of spatial reality stuff. So like, there is a lot of fucking processing going into this thing, and then that's omitting like the 2 4K displays, the R&D that went into this, I'm not going to say the price is justified. I just understand where it comes from.
Well, right out the gates, I think one of my favorite things about this headset is that it's the first one that you can wear and still see out of. Because I think...
okay, so did you know that it's not see-through?
No, I don't think it's see-through. Is it not giving you a view of outside though. No, it's not necessarily see-through.
So it's a camera.
Yeah. Okay,
so it's a camera giving you view of the outside, and you know all those pictures where you see people's like eyes through them.
Oh, that's not.
That's
true.
like a screen on the front.
Oh, is that an actual screen? Okay, that I didn't know.
How fucking weird is that?
But yeah, my so that I did not. I mean, I figured you couldn't see through because I mean, if you look at the pictures, it's like, well, how would you see through?
Yeah, there's no way. I know there was
there.
so many product shots of you could see the person's eyes.
Face. But just
so
the
it's
fact,
yeah.
But just the fact that you can keep it on and still see out of it, I'm like, that's really cool because I don't know, it's a nice touch.
To be fair, the Quest 2 and the Quest 3 do that.
Can you? Okay, I did not know that.
The Quest 3, the big thing with the Quest 3 is that it's actually color now. The Quest 1 and 2 were black and white, so you could still see.
Okay.
You'd press a button and it would be like a pass-through thing.
Okay, so then ignore what I said. I thought this was the first that could do that.
The big thing for the Apple one is that it's projecting things.
Yeah.
So basically you will always see what's around you and it's projecting the screens onto the environment around you, which is not what the Quest does. It's a VR headset, you know. So listen, I'm with you. I think this tech is super, super interesting. I think it's really, really like phenomenal that they're able to build something like this. I just don't see a use case for it.
No.
Like their use case, the one that Apple pitched, I'm not like making this up, is like you are going to replace your monitors with this. Okay, firstly, completely unfeasible given the price. Like it's just never going to happen. Also, that starts creating more problems than it solves. So say they're like their pitch is like you will never need a TV because now you can stream Disney Plus on this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens when your partner wants to watch TV?
Yeah, you got to get them their own headset.
A second headset? Okay. What happens when people come over because they want to watch like the Formula One, like I do?
They all arrive with their headsets. I don't understand your concern. my biggest thing
is never going to replace it.
Like I think a fair middle ground is that this thing, I think it's necessary. It's got its own little battery pack, which I completely understand. Okay, but if I'm going to have to keep swapping out a battery pack to power my monitor, my TV, like, come on.
You can plug it into the wall. That's
but still, if I'm sitting at a couch in the middle of my room, where's the wall? It's far.
Yeah, no, true. It only makes sense to me as like if you're at work and you're plugging it into like a plug point because now that's your monitor, like your monitor, sure. But like we did the math at work the other day. We have an office, a pretty massive office of 50 plus employees now. If you took everyone's monitor, and everyone has at least 2 monitors.
Yeah.
You took everyone's monitor, sold them for what you paid for them, you could not afford one of these.
Yeah. It's insane.
So tell me what office is going to use them.
It's a weird thing though, because it's that case of somebody has to do it to push the tech forward. And this is obviously the first step, but it's just, it's expensive. I do think it's going to pave the way for cheaper alternates. I mean, I do think maybe when we get to the second or third version of this, they'll be a lot more affordable. I hope.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Like if they're still cramming the same sort of processing into this, I mean, I don't think so, because like if only one of its 2 chips is the same thing that powers a 20,000-30,000 Rand MacBook, like there's only so much they can get away with in terms of price by bringing it down. Like they can't. Like it will always cost the same as a laptop at the very least. You know what I mean? And like as nice as it is, like in the demo, you had this guy who opened up his MacBook and he was wearing the goggles. And as he opened up his MacBook, the two communicated and it was like, okay, cool. I'm not going to turn on the screen on the MacBook. I'm just going to project your MacBook onto the like, that's fucking cool. But that interaction costs over 100,000 Rand.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that cool. Like, it just, anyway. It's cool tech. It's cool tech for a purpose that doesn't exist.
No.
I'm in the same way that the company Magic Leap got thrown billions and billions and billions of dollars in venture capitalist money, and they brought out their product last year, and people tried that thing once and never spoke about it again.
Yeah.
Like, that thing is the Apple Vision Pro that came out and no one fucking remembers it exists. Like, I just don't.
You'll see.
I don't get it.
So yeah, that's coming. In other gaming news, do you like Zelda? Me too.
Yes.
There's a Legend of Zelda film reportedly in the works. Universal closing big deal with Nintendo.
This is the most unsurprising thing in the world.
No, I'm not even shocked either. But I mean, I think I even said a few weeks ago, I was like, well, the Mario movie's done big bucks. Like, when are we getting a Zelda movie? Like, surely they're going to do it. And well, here we go. I'd love to know what this movie looks like. But hey, I also a year ago wanted to know what a Mario movie would look like, and here we are. It's done. It exists. Mario talks. So maybe we're going to get
gangbusters in terms of money. Like, so that's the other thing. A lot of people looking at this like, why is Illumination doing a Zelda game? Well, Illumination did a Mario movie, and it is now like one of the highest grossing animated films of all time.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to fucking go with them again. Like, come on.
Don't be
stupid.
How much you want to bet they're going to make Link like
everyone
goofy?
wants a dark Zelda movie. Why? None of the games are dark.
I mean,
just fucking get over it. You got Twilight Princess, and it wasn't dark enough, and then they went to Wind Waker, and they were like, fuck this, you know?
I love this tweet that Eurogamer have included. It says, it's basically a mini script. It says Goron, voiced by Dwayne Johnson. Welcome to Goron City. Link looks around in awe as all the Gorons are mining to the rhythm of Queen's We Will Rock You.
Oh my God.
Link says, well, what is this place? Montage continues. Or Goron falls in the mud. Mud on your face, you big disgrace. I mean, it writes itself. If this scene is not in the movie, I want
that has to be in the movie now. Fuck. That is incredible. Oh, there's another one, Ganon, voiced by Adam Sandler. I finally have it, the Triforce of Power. Now who's going to stop me? Mash cut to Link, voiced by Tom Holland. Oh, fuck no, please no. In modern day LA, wearing a lime green t-shirt and brown cargo pants. Excuse me, princess. Oh, so it'll be like, he's going to come from another world type of thing. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I love this. Okay. I'll watch this movie, no doubt. But it is hilarious to think, what will they do? Because Link never speaks, but I suppose nor does Mario really, and they've made it work. So
they say later in the piece here that Jason Momoa should be Sidon, which is perfect. So Momoa already knows his way around a trident.
And the caption of this image, there's a certain Momoa-ness about Sud. Oh my God, this is the best.
Never
news.
Change, you're a gamer. Bless change.
You. Let's just pivot quickly to this official Kingdom Hearts chair that could be yours for $2,100.
Don't tell Lamar, you'll buy this.
A chair fit for King Mickey. I don't know. $2,100 is
seems like it seems like quite a bit of money for a chair. Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
And it's made of fake leather at that price.
What? It's not even real leather.
My goodness.
That is nuts. Okay, no thank you.
The chair itself,
there's also a throw pillow that is $80.
My word. The chair itself was made by Okawa Furniture, and they spared no expense, as Mickey Mouse ears, hearts, and crown icons are stitched and embossed throughout. My goodness.
But it's made of fake leather. They did spare an expense. They spared the expense of all of it.
I hate it so much. There's that. And then last bit of news. If you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge and you want more,
I do.
There's a Dimension Shellshock DLC, which adds, as far as I know, more levels and a new character.
Ronin, Rabbit, Usagi, what? Usagi Yojimbo.
Who, listen, I don't know any of the Turtles comics or, any lore outside of what I've seen on TV shows and movies. But I imagine people are like, wow, I can't believe they're adding the samurai rabbit. How cool.
Love the rabbits.
The game is good though.
Apparently, the Samurai Warrior starred in his own self-titled comic series since the 80s, but many mainstream fans are likely familiar with him from his numerous crossover appearances in TMNT media over the decades.
Well, there we go.
That's why it's maybe called Dimension Shellshock. Comes from a different dimension.
Nice. We're going to see Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
Miles will be like, hey man, what's up? What are you doing in my dimension? On that though, that is news for this week. A bit of a lengthy piece, but it had to be done. That is 45 minutes of news.